Put those on, we're gonna do some levels.
Testing.
So what's happening now with basketball?
Testing. Testing. We're gonna go right here from the figure this side. Get a good level there. So then Kristen's ready to go live. We're not off fuzzy. Way off fuzzy. Testing. Oh, it was my headphones that were fuzzy. There we go, we're live. And we're ready to go.
Change clothing here. I'm not representing disc golf. I left the leftovers here.
Cool. Alright, live streaming, good morning. Can we push that link out again too? Just to make sure, yeah. You ready, boss? Oh, well, you just said everyone do your thing. Yeah. Where did Leon go? Leon, we need you back here right now, please. Alright, briefing starting now. Head over to see Kristen at the chairs over in front of the restrooms. And who walks back? Can you have them turn down the volume? Alright, we are about to kick off 2021 North American Diving Dogs National Showcase. People have asked, why is this the showcase? Why did we change the name? It's not just nationals. This is a showcase. This is the top 25%. These are the top dogs in the sport. We got it. Just hang out for a minute. Leon's not back there. So.
But this should be the and get numbers because you turn your starting distance into me individually.
So it's in your mouth.
I have it in my mouth. Is that about right? Alright. Can I talk super loud though? Because
Okay.
It's not that kind of mic.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't yelling in the camera. If I yell, okay. I do have a very big inside voice. Alright, I'm going to start off by saying thank you guys so much for coming. This has been so much fun so far. Day 2 is going to go great. I know it is. This is the briefing for AR. This is the 7:30 group. A couple of just reminders for AR. You got this far, you should know the main rules, so I'm going to just go over a few of the ones specific to the showcase. Remember, there is no practice now, okay? There's no practice. You can choose a starting distance 1 foot below your season average. I have your season average on this sheet right here. You do not need to memorize what that is. So when you come up to give me your distance, you can simply ask if you want to know what it is, or I will tell you, yep, you can't start that low. But you can start 1 foot below that season average, okay? You still have your 45 seconds to make an attempt. We are having some trouble with people hearing. Imagine that in a building with barking dogs. So the rig operator is going to give you that verbal confirmation of, yep, your rig is ready, but they're also going to raise their hand, right? So that you have something to visually to look for as well, to just make sure that you know that your time has started to make that attempt, okay? So watch for both of those things, or watch for that and listen for the affirmation that your time has started, okay? Jason, am I forgetting anything on this first briefing? I think that's about it for notes. Yep, said 1 foot below your season average. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I've got a list of dogs. What?
1 timeout. No timeout. 1 timeout.
Yeah, I just figured they knew that was the rules.
Oh, just didn't know which ones you wanted to know.
Nope, only the ones that were changed for the showcase, which was the 1 foot below. Right? Everyone's got that, 1 foot below. Okay. The easiest way, I think, to do this is to just give me a line somehow, some way. The distances are not recorded. Once you give me a distance, you cannot change it, and it is not published on the board. Right? Only the judge has it, because, of course, if everybody knew what your distance was, they could plan their distance accordingly, and then that would change the number of misses and all of those kinds of things, because you could start above or below what somebody else did. So this is not going to be published on the boards like it was yesterday. All right?
Caesar 16.
Okay.
Oh, Caesar 15.
Jesus.
Caesar 15.
Where are they?
Come.
Oh, in my hand. Hold on. I can't see anything. Can I give you this back?
Stop. Sorry. You okay? Stop.
By the way, if you throw another dog in a different time, you don't have to come back to that distance. You can give me that distance now. Bear with me.
I think I want to wait to do the national anthem until you're done with scores, though. So, I want to wait to do the national anthem until you're done with this part, because it would be weird getting scores during that time. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going to happen today, right? Some of you, I'm going to assume, are getting here for the first time. We've had a busy day 1 already yesterday. We had every dock in action, the crating room getting filled up. All jumping, hydro dashing, and air retrieving yesterday. Today, though, we finished up the last chance qualifier with distance jumps only. So it's just distance today. We got our last chance qualifier, air retrieve, and hydro dash competitors figured out yesterday. So distance is going to get figured out today. And distance jumps are happening on dock 2 and dock 3. Dock 2 is only half the day. So half the day of distance on dock 2, and then we're going to switch over to air retrieve. Dock 3 is distance all day. Dock 1, the first one you run into when you come into the building. Dock 1 is air retrieve all day. This is what kicks off the National Showcase 2021 North American Diving Dogs. This is our first year here, by the way. Never been to a Nationals before. This is our first year in Springfield, Missouri. Traditionally, we've been in Orlando. This is our first year in this building. This is our first year with 3 docks. This is our first year with this format. And I would say so far it's going pretty... There's a lot of great energy. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of nerves, right? People show up at a big event like this and they're feeling the nerves because there's a lot of hope. Man, I hope I do well. I hope I do well. I hope I do my best. I hope my dog does its best. So I'm going to give you a couple championship reminders. As a longtime competitor in other sports, the things that have really worked out well for me were just to be in the moment. Obviously, there's a lot going on. I have a lot of hopes and dreams and wants. But the reality is, I'm just playing with my dog. And I know we say that and it's like trite. It sounds like something to say. But when you get to that place where you're really just playing with your dogs, that's what helps you let those nerves go. And it helps you really shine in competition. So a lot of times when I'm standing on the dock, I'll look at my dog and I'll say, hey man, thanks. Thanks for being in this with me. Thanks for helping me get here. Thanks for having fun with me. And I say, look, I'll do my job. You do your job. We'll see what happens. The results aren't guaranteed. You can't make results happen. All you can do is execute what you practice and see how it goes. Remember, we're all here for the first time. It's a new environment for you, for your dog. Have appropriate expectations. And most of all, focus on the gratitude of the moment, right? Keep in mind that we are playing with dogs. And I really want you to think about that. We're privileged enough to have these animals in our lives to be able to play a game with them, right? That's what's happening here. So I want you to do your very best, and I want you to keep that energy in mind that this is just about having fun, and that's not just something to say. So the showcase kicks off today with air retrieve, right? Air retrieve, we suspend the tour. Handlers can stand. They can set their dog up anywhere. 40 feet of runway. They can select whatever they want, and their dog is going to jump and dislodge the toy. In each briefing, handlers are going to tell during the briefing, they're going to give their starting distances. They're going to say, here's where I'm starting at this distance. They can only start 1 foot below their season average from last season, okay? Typically, we do a recent average, but we don't have a recent average for 22. So season average from 21, 1 foot below, that's where our teams are going to be starting. They successfully dislodge the toy, the bumper moves a foot further. So if they started at 18 and get a successful grab, 19, 20, 21, up until they miss either twice at one distance or 3 times total. That's the game of air retrieve, and we are going to be doing this all day on this pool, all day air retrieve. It's like non-stop air retrieve. It's like, and which camera is going to be on air retrieve, Julie? Camera on each dock. How do you know which one to show on the live stream? Like, does it show all 3? So you can you split it on the screen? Is a description? A description of what's going on in each screen. Yeah, so you can see all 3 pools at the same time with a description showing. That's pretty cool. Do you ever just like switch to one dock or anything like that? So we will have finals today, Julie, on for air retrieve, and it will be on this dock right here. So finals for this this particular season for the 21 National Showcase. We're not bringing the dogs back to do any extra jumps, but if there are any tiebreakers that need to be settled with a jump off, which happens in air retrieve because they end up really close and a lot of ties, then that'll happen on this dock. So that might be fun.
We'll isolate on that.
Yeah, that'll be fun, right? What else do we have going on today? Just besides distance, we're today. We did have a delay, unfortunately, a very unfortunate shipping delay that caused the actual bags of the swag to be made, and really the threat was that they wouldn't even arrive. We have some goodies, and hopefully the bags will arrive today. Line up at 3 p.m. So you can check in today. Make sure you're here for your briefings if you're in air retrieve. But those swag bags, we're not going to open that line till 3. We do have a store. The store is open and available over in the blue tents over at the front of the docks beside admin. So we've got a store available. There are limited items there. So if you are hoping to get some Nationals goodies, you better get to those pretty quick. A couple other things we've got going on. We've got the concession stand open in the room, in the crating room. So when you feel the munchies coming on, you can head over there and grab some food. Crating rules, by the way. Remember, you get a crate space with 5 feet depth. Chairs in front of crates, not taking up extra space. If you do have objects and items, set those on top of your crate, not around your crates. Those are your general crating rules. The vendors are going to be all set up in there. I've seen them kind of coming in through the morning. So vendors are all set up in the west wing. The banquet hall is right in the middle, but that's going to be closed until Saturday's banquet, okay? We do have the hall in the middle, sort of the entryway. I'm calling it the Hall of Pictures right now because a lot of the mobile docks or regionals brought their regionals banners. So you can grab some pictures in there. There's also our National Showcase banner. So it's a cool place. You can see, if Julie's zoom in over there, you can see some dogs right now getting their pictures over there. The parking lot is pretty packed outside. We've got campers all over the place. It's a great event. It's a huge event. And we have some amazing competitors, some amazing dogs. We're going to finish up grabbing our air retrieve businesses. This is kind of so it's a little interesting, a little nerve-wracking. People are like, oh, what number do I give? How will this impact my dog's finish, right? Some people say air retrieve is really just about the jumping for the toy, but there are little roles that the human plays, like where do you set your dog, right? What energy do you bring to the dock? And then you have to make some of the human choices, like where do we start, right? What's our starting distance? So that's pretty cool. It's not, this is a team sport, right? We're not just relying on the athleticism of the dog. We're relying on what has the human taught the dog? What foundations and concepts does your dog understand? And ultimately, what choices are you making for your dog to help it be the most successful? Don't forget, warm up, cool down, right? Don't forget that there's a flow for every dock. There's an up and a down. Make sure you know what that is. Especially on the retrieve dock, where there's an entrance stairway and there's an exit stairway off the back of the platform. So I think that's the end of our briefing for retrieve. So we're gonna get our DJ Leon to introduce our singer, and then we'll kick off the national anthem. Intro.
Please rise, face the flag, and remove your caps for the national anthem.
Let's put this on the speaker.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red on their singing air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, land of the free.
introduce him, so like say thank you, and give him an accolade or two. Like tell him you'll be at Dallas Mavs or something.
Give a big round of applause for Michael Brooks for doing the national anthem for us.
Yeah.
Everybody check out Qualifier. Thank you very much.